Right now, at this exact moment, imagine the sun simply stops existing. No explosion, no warning. It is just gone. What happens next will shock you. Daylight pours over cities and forests. Children laugh on playgrounds. Birds wheel through the air. 8 minutes and 20 seconds pass, and not a single person senses the void approaching. The laws of physics enforce a silent countdown. Light and gravity themselves are bound to the speed limit set by the universe. For those 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the sun vanishes, every photon and every gravitational tug that left the sun before its disappearance keeps streaming toward Earth. The sky remains blue. Shadows stretch and shrink as usual. On the surface, life continues, oblivious. Then, without warning, the world snaps to black. No twilight, no warning glow on the horizon, just the instant, absolute absence of the sun. Streetlights flicker on in confusion. Animals freeze, their instincts colliding with a darkness that feels wrong. The temperature dips by about 1 degree Celsius in the first hour, a change too subtle for most to notice at first, but the air already carries a chill that does not belong. Confusion turns to fear. This is not an eclipse. There is no return of the dawn. The countdown is over. The true consequences have only just begun. Within hours, the chill deepens. The world's average surface temperature drops by about 1 degree Celsius in that first hour, barely noticed by most, but the beginning of a relentless plunge. By the end of the first day, the global mean temperature falls by nearly 17 degrees. The air stings, frost creeps across windows, and the warmth stored in oceans begins to bleed away. Yet, the sea's vast heat reservoir buys humanity a brief reprieve. Water cools more slowly than land, delaying the full force of the freeze but cannot stop it. Meanwhile, every leaf and blade of grass is already dying. Photosynthesis halts instantly without sunlight. Plants stop producing energy, and the green engine that powers the food web grinds to a halt. Crops wither in the fields, algae and phytoplankton, the invisible foundation of ocean life, shut down. The first cracks appear in the world's food supply. Agriculture, so recently secure, becomes a threatened system. The countdown to scarcity has begun. By the 7th day, the world is locked in a crisis with no way back. The global average temperature has collapsed to around minus 18 degrees Celsius. Cities once bustling with life now face a relentless cold that no building code was ever meant to withstand. The last reserves of warmth bleed from the oceans, but the surface freezes over, turning coastlines into fields of ice. Every crop in the ground is dead or dying. Fields of wheat and rice stand frozen, their stalks brittle as glass. Food supplies dwindle with no way to replenish them. Families ration what little remains, while governments struggle to keep power plants running. Fuel becomes the most precious resource on Earth, and the scramble for coal, oil, and gas erupts into chaos. But even the mightiest stockpiles cannot warm an entire planet. The atmosphere itself is shutting down. With no sunlight to drive wind or rain, the Hadley circulation grinds to a halt, and global precipitation falls by more than 90%. Rivers shrink. Snow no longer falls. The air grows still and dry, as if the world is holding its breath. Every system that once kept civilization alive is breaking at the seams. The countdown to permanent winter is nearly complete. After a single year without the sun, Earth is locked in a deep freeze. The global average temperature has crashed to minus 73 degrees Celsius. Every continent, every ocean, every city is buried beneath a seamless shell of ice. The surface of the oceans has frozen solid, stretching from pole to pole in an unbroken expanse, with ice thickness measured in meters. No wind stirs. The atmosphere, once thick and alive with motion, has thinned and settled, its pressure dropping as the cold squeezes out moisture and gases. Clouds no longer form. Precipitation has all but vanished. The last remnants of warmth seep upward from deep within the planet itself, a faint geothermal glow, just 0.09 watts per square meter, utterly dwarfed by the energy the sun once provided. On the surface, this residual heat is barely enough to keep pockets of liquid water beneath the thickest ice. The world above is silent, motionless, and dark. Earth has become an icebound exile, drifting through the void, its fate now ruled by the slow, relentless cooling of space. Earth's orbit, once a smooth ellipse around the sun, unravels in an instant. The planet is no longer bound by gravity to its vanished star. Instead, Earth and its frozen oceans are hurled into the black, traveling at nearly 30 kilometers per second, over 100,000 kilometers every hour, along a straight path set by its last moment of orbit. The Moon, tethered to Earth by gravity, remains for now, circling as both bodies drift together through the void. But outside the Sun's reach, even this bond is fragile. Over time, the Moon's fate hangs in the balance, threatened by the emptiness between stars. Earth, once anchored in a family of planets, now becomes a solitary wanderer, exiled to interstellar night with no way home. Yet deep beneath the frozen shell, life clings to the heat that Earth itself still gives. At hydrothermal vents scattered along the ocean floor, water scalds upward, rich in chemicals like hydrogen sulfide and methane. Here, microbes thrive without sunlight, drawing energy from reactions between rock and water. These chemosynthetic communities, including bacteria, tube worms, and shrimp, build entire ecosystems in the darkness. Powered by geothermal heat, some of these vent fields could persist for millions, even billions of years. As the world above succumbs to silence and cold, these hidden colonies endure, a reminder that life's persistence is written not just in sunlight, but in the chemistry of the deep and the slow burn of Earth's ancient heart. The sun is not just our star, it is the anchor of everything we know. And the fact that it has burned for 4.6 billion years without stopping is perhaps the greatest miracle in the known universe. Subscribe to Quantum Lens, because the universe has more secrets than you can imagine.